The Bride of Frankenstein is one of Universal's most iconic monster movies. I mean, hell, I see the Bride everywhere around Halloween time. I'm Crawling Flamingo, and on this channel I break down monster movies, give you some facts, while also doing a review. But first, my review. I remember back in July watching this for the very first time, July 2025, and I absolutely loved it. The iconic scene of Frankenstein's monster smoking the cigar, that was so hilarious to me. Don't want to interrupt the video, but I gotta share my reaction to it. Aside from the comedy, I love this movie. I like it better than the first one. I expected going into it to dislike it, but no, I ended up really loving it. I don't know what it is. I think it's the comedy mixed with the more human monster. Like, he's more human in this, he talks. It's just wonderful. As the title and thumbnail suggest, yes, I definitely think this is James Whale's masterpiece. It blends heart, it blends horror, it blends comedy. And I think everyone will agree with me on that. I mean, this is definitely his most famous work, aside from Frankenstein, and this is definitely his most rewatchable film by far. With the review out of the way, let's break down the history of this movie. James Whale did not want to do a sequel to Frankenstein. And rightfully so. It had a good ending, had a conclusive ending, it had like one of the best endings of all time. So they came to James Whale, he said, hell no, I don't want to do that. So Universal went back to the drawing board and made a compromise of James Whale comes up with the idea for the movie while the writers write the script. And he was like, yeah, I'm James Whale, I'm going to do that because I'm James Whale. And then history was made. Fun fact. He would have not done the film if his idea of the Mary Shelley opening scene wasn't in the film. James Whale, you're a bit of a weird dude. Yeah, I know, but I'm James Whale. Alright then. Boris Karloff didn't want the monster to speak, because he wanted it to stay scary. I don't think the film would have been as impactful or emotional if Frankenstein stayed as a speechless monster. I just think it works way better that he's speaking. His big ass forehead this time around is rubber. It took less time to put on. I imagine it's just like a hat, but they still probably had to glue it. Also, on his universe-sized forehead, there are extra clamps. In the original movie, there was just one clamp on his forehead. Now there's like 3. With the bride, to get the hair to stand up right, they put a wire cage in her hair. Yep, and it's super obvious looking back on it. Her hair is mixed in with the wire cage, and I love the symbolism of the white stripe. It's definitely meant to represent a lightning bolt, and I love that. Jack Pierce made it intentionally slow to put the scar on the bride's neck. Why? We don't know to this day, but I think it was just for a laugh. Despite the film literally being called The Bride of Frankenstein, the bride only has 2 minutes of screen time near the very end. I'm not joking. Even with that short runtime, she gives such an amazing performance. I love the little hiss she does. She said the hiss came from swans at a lake trying to protect the young ones. You know, you feed swans and then you go up a little bit close on accident and they just go and that's what she brought to the character of the bride, and I loved it. For some reason, the film focuses on this dude whose name sounds like Dr. Pretentious. He's such an odd villain slash protagonist. He's the one responsible for creating the bride in the movie. The cinematography for this movie is so good even today. John Maskell was the cinematographer, and I love the use of lighting in this film. It's got this dark but light atmosphere that I can't really explain. It reminds me a lot of Wolfman too, except that's a lot more darker. Speaking of lighting, Maskell did use complex lighting for the time. There was a central light and there was a cross light to darken the background and make the person or thing lighter than the background. If I got that wrong, I am very sorry. It's hard to explain. A total of 15 minutes of The Bride of Frankenstein was cut because, again, they made it too horrifying. And I can see, yeah, this isn't really a horror movie. It's a monster movie, but it's not a horror monster movie. It's a comedy. The second horror comedy, in fact, after James Whale's The Invisible Man. But this one's a lot more dramatic. It's sort of the first monster romance Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. The first monster romance. Weirdly, Fritz from the first movie, even though he died and he was never called Fritz, but the actor for Fritz is in this movie as a mashup of Fritz and someone else. He was originally meant to have this huge subplot in the film. He was basically a main character, but they cut it for some reason. Okay, main character is a massive stretch, but he was like a big part of the original full film before his scenes got cut. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments how I should improve these videos. I am one man. Remember, I have to animate James Whale's mouth. And I have to research. The next video will be Wolfman. So please hype the video, like the video, subscribe if you want. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.